Well, with Eve Havoc being right around the corner, we have gathered the essentials that you're going to need to prepare for the upcoming EVE Online expansion. So if you want to make sure that you get all the best information on the new things in New Eden to stay ahead of the curve, you came to the right place. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Loru here, digital advertiser, content creator, and EVE enjoyer for the better part of 10 years now. And EVE Havoc is the brand new expansion for EVE Online, and it's just a week away. And we're going to break down all the changes that are coming and how you can capitalize on them starting right now. We're going to talk about a couple of these fast because they're little bullets that have big impacts. There's a bunch of changes happening to how people can manage corporations. There's a lot of quality of life changes as well as the brand new project manager role that you can be assigned inside of your corporation. Now you might be saying, Loru, that doesn't really sound like something you would start the video with, but hear me, there has never been a better time to join a corp inside of EVE Online. All the different things you can do, the devs have made it possible for corporations to literally designate somebody that you can go to if you are bored, and they can help you find some fun things to do. The devs have also made it easier for cloning and creating similar projects. This means if you're in a mining corp and you want to try to grind out for some rock wall for the corp, you can keep having that recurring project going every single month, grind those ores, get those rookie numbers up. It's also never been better to join EVE as a brand new player. They're changing the air opportunities, adding a bunch of things for the new player experience, making it more streamlined, adding new activities, ensuring if you want to start today, you can in style. We're also adding some new emblems you can get for the Angel and Garista ships, and that's our first big tip for players is stock up on Evermarks, do those dailies, get those points in. I predict there's going to be a lot more uses for these in the coming months, so make sure you keep doing those dailies. Now there's two factions that are getting brand new ships, the Angel Cartel and the Garistas. So let's pop on over to my account. Now every single character has reputation with the various factions in-game. You can find this by going to your character tab and going to interaction standings. So if you want those new ships and you don't want to pay raw ISK, you're going to have to get the blueprints sold by the loyalty point stores. If your standings are super low like mine, you're going to need to raise these up if you want those blueprints. So here is the best way to do that. You're going to go to your agency that's in your Neocom. You're going to go to agents and missions, epic arcs, and you're going to scroll down to the Garistas and the Angel Cartel epic arc. From there, you can set destination and go start those. Completing these is going to vastly raise your standings. Now don't start moving out yet. We have some other stuff to tell you to make sure you maximize the rep gained every single time you do this. But before we get there, if these are unavailable to you, it's because the standings with this person right here are not high enough yet. You can raise those standings by double clicking on the mission giver here, pressing the I for info, and how you see how you stack up with her standings. An agent is typically going to talk to you if you're over 3.0 standing with either your personal standing with them, the standing with their corporation, or the standing with the master faction that they're a part of. In this case, Atma here is part of the Kaldar state, and they love us in Kaldar space, so she's going to be able to talk to me. But come down to the Angel Cartel one, I can do the exact same thing, double click the mission owner, show info, and I see that because my standings are above 3.0 with Amar Empire, she's going to talk to me. Now, if all your standings are not good enough to talk to these mission givers, that's okay. You can do the epic arc for the main faction to raise up those standings so that then you can raise up the standings back here. So you can actually go do missions for that corp, not just Amar in general. So if you double click this Amar Navy right here, and you go to stations, you can go see which station that corporation owns. Do missions there is going to raise the rep you need to be able to start doing these epic arcs. I'm going to show you a slightly different way just so you can make sure you have multiple options here. If you go back to the agency tab and you go to agents and missions, mission agents, and let's say you want to do some combat missions, you want to pick security, you're going to be able to go to this drop down here, this faction drop down, and choose the exact faction you want to do stuff for. So in this case, I'll pick the Mimitar Republic, only in high sec, any distance, highest available. So now we see a bunch of mission givers just popped up, and you can use this to set destination, start a conversation with them, whatever. Start doing the necessary missions you need to raise your reputation. So follow me here. If you want to be able to get the necessary blueprints for the new ships, you need the right reputation with the Angel Cartel or the Garista faction. You can raise that by doing the epic arcs for either of those factions. If you can't access the epic arc for those factions because your standings are too low, you can go do missions for the overarching empires of the mission givers, which you can find using the agents tab. Then work your way back up the pipe and get your blueprints. I'm releasing this video now so you can have some time to go grind out some missions so you can get those nice new ships. Now let's say you get the reputation up to where you want it. How do you find a place to actually buy these blueprints at? We're going to use the search bar in the top left hand side of your screen, type in Angel Cartel, go to show info, go to controlled territory. From there you're going to find solar systems that have stations in them. Not all of them do. You're going to come here and find one Archangel assembly plant. Sounds like Angel Cartel to me. You're going to come down here and we see there is an LP store. Now just wait. If you're an EVE veteran, what I just showed you scared the crap out of you. Almost all of these, if not all of them, are going to be in low sec, null sec, dangerous areas. You can't just go waltzing in there and hoping to get a blueprint. I highly recommend you research the areas, see what corps own what, see which places are gank heavy, contact a corp, say, hey, can I come out? And hey, maybe that's a good way you could find a corp to join. I highly recommend joining a nullsec corp. Most of them will help you out even if you're a new player. So that's how to raise your reputation and find the places where the loyalty point stars to get those new ship blueprints. But just doing those epic arcs is normally not good enough. You're gonna need better social skills. Yes, where's my talk to girls tab? So if I go back to my character's standings and I mouse over Angel Cartel, you're gonna see that my base standing is negative 3.84. So they're not gonna talk to me. But because of my diplomacy skill, I'm actually at 2.67 plus. So my effective standing is just over -1. The first thing you have to do is make sure you train up your diplomacy as high as you can, get it to 4 or 5. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna train criminal connections. Since Angel Cartel and Garistas are pirates, getting the criminal connections is going to help you to increase your effective standing towards NPC corps that have a low Concord standing. Basically, if they're a bad guy, criminal connections will make it easier to talk to them. You literally get connections to the criminal underworld. You also are going to need the connection skill. This is going to make it so you gain rep faster with those friendly NPC stations, thus letting you get the rep to do the epic arcs faster, and then when you get the epic arcs, the criminal connections skill will increase the reputation of the pirates. These social skills are one of those skill sets that aren't super sexy, but they're going to speed up how you play EVE by a large margin. Well, we saved the best for last. We're going to talk about the brand new faction warfare system that's coming with EVE Havoc. Now, it's important to understand that faction warfare isn't something new, but we're getting improvements to it with the new expansion. In short, you can choose to side with either the Garistas or the Angel Cartel, and then use your loyalty to those pirate factions to disrupt those low-sec faction warfare areas. Those that choose to align with the new pirate insurgency are going to get loyalty points for their various tasks. This means you can get the blueprints that you need for the new ships faster. Now, I've seen not a lot of people talk about this. Once a pirate faction continues to corrupt a certain system or number of systems, the insurgency concludes. You literally get to the end, and then the pirates get a bunch of spoils. I can assume this is a bunch of loyalty points and or raw ISK or both. This is huge because it means you don't have to be online every single day for months trying to defend an area that isn't exactly yours, although I know how EVE players do. And then after all this, you can get a bunch of loot and keep on moving. Our next stream, maybe I should do a pirate thing and I should get some rum and all that. Jack Sparrow Loru, let me know in the comments. Now maybe you're sitting there going, I don't want to be a pirate, Loru. I don't want to deal with all these outlaws. I'm a high-sec boy. You can still enjoy faction warfare as an Empire militia player that you're going to be against the players that align to the Garista or Angel cartels. Still gonna get loyalty points for whatever corp, whatever faction you're in, fighting off the pirates. This is adding more content, more things for you to do. All you have to do is destroy the pirates' forward operating base, and that takes them out of the system. This is not just some little thing that you blap in the middle of space. You're gonna need to siege this out. So get grouped up, get some fleet action going, and get to getting rid of those filthy pirates. Now, I, for one, am super excited for all the brand new things that CCP has been cooking out. Let me know what your favorite thing about Havoc is in the comments. I read them all. Now, we've got a ton of EVE Havoc guides and faction warfare guides coming out for you, so make sure you sub for that. And if you want some more quality EVE guides, we got our best videos right here for you, catered for you specifically. Make sure you check those out. Thanks, everybody. Sub if you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one.